What's up, guys? Chris here to do some predictions for UFC 137. Was a really big event, but maybe now not quite as big as it was going to be. With the fallout of the main event between George St. Pierre and Carlos Condit, which originally, of course, was supposed to be George St. Pierre versus Nick Diaz. It's a bit of a downer, obviously, not to say that. Obviously, the fight that I was most looking forward to is still Penn Diaz, but I was really looking forward to the Condit GSP main event as well. Even after the bait and switch with Diaz to Condit, I actually thought Condit was a better, even though Diaz is one of my favorite fighters, probably my current favorite fighter in the sport, as is Condit one of them. I thought that Condit posed more of a threat to beat GSP than Diaz. So I was looking forward to that fight. Not going to happen for the time being, though, with George getting injured. As for the undercard, real quick on the Facebook fights, the other one really worth mentioning is Brandon Vera, Elliot Marshall, in my opinion. Hopefully Vera can get a win here. He had that loss to Thiago Silva, got cut. Silva got popped for performance enhancers. Vera's back in here. This is a fight between two guys that are just big underachievers, but hopefully Vera can get back on track. Just do something here. Spike TV card. Tyson Griffin, Bart Palashevsky. Tyson Griffin's going to win this fight. He's going to win it by decision easily. Donald the Cowboy Cerrone against Dennis Seaver. Cowboy, another one of my favorites. Always fun to watch. On the feet, both guys got pretty diverse, pretty dynamic striking game, so this should be a fun 5-1 standing. On the ground, definitely give the edge to Cerrone with the grappling game, but I think this one's going to stay standing for the most part. And I'm going to favor Cerrone because I think his length, height, reach, and speed advantage is going to give him the opportunity to land more strikes and just stay out of range. Seaver's a good striker, but he's going to be at a real disadvantage with the reach, and I don't think he's going to be able to get within range of Cerrone enough to be able to win this one. So I'm going to go with Cowboy to win this by decision. Scott Jorgensen, Jeff Curran. Jorgensen's going to run over Jeff Curran. Bottom line. Hatu Hioki taking on George Roop. Hioki coming over from Japan. Probably one of Japan's last great fighters that they have yet to bring over to the States. Hioki's done really good in Japan in the Dream Organization. But unfortunately, we've seen time and time again that Japanese fighters, when they come over to America, they don't fare as well. A lot of people expect Hioki to be, break that rule, but Roop is a spoiler, man. He's just a guy that I don't know. You think he's gonna lose a fight, and he ends up winning. And this is the fight I can definitely see that happening. And looked really good taking out Josh Crispy in his last fight. Hioki I think is the favorite in this fight, but I'm gonna go with Roop, man. Just like I said, he's just one of those guys that seems to pull it out when you don't think he's going to. So I'm going with Roop to win this fight by decision. But I hope Hioki wins just because of the fact that I hate hearing that Japanese fighters suck, because they don't have as much success in the States as they did in their home country, outside of Yushin Okami. Next up, Mirko Cro Cop taking on Roy Nelson. Man, Cro Cop's done. I always had hoped that Cro Cop could come, just show a glimpse of what he did in Pride, but it's not going to happen, man. He got knocked out by Schaub in his last fight. Before that, got knocked out by Mir, of all people, in the third round. Roy Nelson also coming off a unanimous decision loss to Frank Mir in a fight he looked terrible in. This fight could be really, really just... It could end up being a real just boring crap, let's be honest. But Cro Cop should have the edge standing. Who knows even at this point what Cro Cop's going to do standing. If he's even... Every fight when I watch Cro Cop now, it's like, come on, let the high leg kick go. Let it go. And he throws it like once a fight ineffectively. On the ground, though, big edge to Roy Nelson. I think he's going to take the fight there, wrestle Cro Cop down, and just handle him there. Probably win a decision, if not submit Cro Cop. So go with Roy Nelson to win this one. The new co-main event of the night, Matt Mitrione and Cheick Kongo. Mitrione coming off the miraculous come from behind first round stoppage over Pat Barry. Cheick coming off my bad. Cheick Kongo is the fighter that came off the miraculous come from behind first round win over Pat Barry. How did I mix that up? It's because I'm looking at something rather than just actually going off my memory. But yeah, Kongo is basically out on his feet, out on the ground, recuperated, knocked Barry out in one of the most exciting, shortest, but entertaining fights you will see in the history of MMA. Mitrione, for his part, coming off second round knockout over Christian Moorcraft. Alright. There's no reason for me to believe that Cheick Kongo shouldn't win this fight. He's a superior striker. He's a more veteran fighter. He's obviously the more experienced fighter. He's more skilled. But I don't know what it is about this Matt Mitrione guy. He doesn't have a lot of fights. He doesn't have the best technique, but he's got a lot of good natural athleticism. He's got good power, and he's got a hell of a chin. And I think that's going to be enough to get him a win in this fight. I think he's going to be able to absorb what Congo has, can dish out. And Congo doesn't have the best chin, and I think Mitrione's going to catch him. So, although Congo should win this fight, based on resumes and all the intangibles, I'm going with Matt Mitrione by TKO. All right, new main event of the night. Nick Diaz taking on BJ Penn. Man, like I said, when this fight got switched to this, I actually preferred this fight over both Penn, Condit, as well as GSP Diaz. Because I thought both those fights would have favored both GSP and Condit. Where this is a fight that could be really even and just really entertaining based on the styles. You know, BJ coming off that draw to Fitch. I actually thought he lost, even though he did good in the first round. And Nick coming off that first round stoppage over Daly in one of the more entertaining fights. But aren't all Nick Diaz's fights entertaining? You know, sick matchup here, man. Both guys like to box and are both good at boxing. Two of the better boxers in the sport. Both guys got sick grappling games. You know, I think that BJ's got a better grappling game, especially when he's in the top position. He can really work guys over. I do think BJ's a slightly better wrestler. It's hard to say where this fight's going to take place. You know, standing, Nick throws a lot more, and he's a lot more diverse with his punches. BJ packs more of a punch, and Nick's easy to get hit. So it wouldn't be surprising if BJ's able to hit and hurt Nick, you know. But I think Nick can hold up. I don't think he's going to get knocked out by BJ Penn. Nick would be smart to go to the body. He's a really good body puncher. He's broken down guys before to the body. Scott Smith, Frank Shamrock. I'm sure there's others. I just can't think off the top of my head. But that's one of one of the things that he's really good at in the sport is going to the body well and break guys down. BJ Penn, a guy that tires later in fights, particularly at 170. I think it'd be smart for Nick to go to his body to help tire him out, fatigue him for later in the fight, because I don't think BJ's going to be going out of there anytime early in this fight. So yeah, I would recommend that Nick mix up his strikes to the head and the body like he normally does, and just really push the pace and throw a lot of strikes like he normally does. You know, that's really going to force BJ to work, and that's going to tire him out. BJ just doesn't have the he's shown a history of not having the best cardio. As for BJ, land some big shots, but if you're not getting the better of the stand-up, or you know you're getting tired, take this fight to the ground, where from top position, BJ is a beast with his grappling. Look at the fight against Joe Stevenson and Kenny Florian. Once he got on top of those guys, he just absolutely made short work of them. So I think he'd be smart to do that. Plus, he might be able to cut up Nick Diaz with either his elbows on the ground or punches standing. You know, I don't see either guy getting subbed. You know, although BJ I think is a superior grappler, Nick is a really good grappler as well, off his back defensively. So I don't think either guy's getting submitted in this fight. And I don't really think either guy's going to get knocked out either. I think this fight's going distance. I think it's going all 3 rounds. Unfortunately, it's not going to be 5, like both fighters said they were down for, which would have, I think, definitely favored Nick. But a 3-round fight, I think it goes a distance. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to favor Nick just by being the more active fighter. I think he's going to do a lot more, land a lot more, and in the end, it's going to earn him a decision. But sick fight, man. I don't see any way that this fight disappoints anyway. I'm really looking forward. The only downside is that Nick normally can, you know, build anger, animosity, or just kind of you know, have something against his opponent. Same with BJ, you know, for the most part. But these guys are cool with each other. You know, it doesn't mean that I don't think they won't both go all out. I definitely think they will. But I always like that bit of a, you know, animosity where you think the guy really wants to kick the guy's ass. And these guys have a lot of respect for each other and have trained together in the past. So, may not be that, but either way, I still expect a great fight, or an exciting fight, entertaining fight. There's always an entertaining fight when it's Nick Diaz fight. So, yeah. That's it for now, though. What are your guys' thoughts on the fight? Are you still interested in the event now that George St. Pierre Connet is out of it? Are you still looking forward to it? Like I said, I'm not as anticipated as much, but I still look forward to the main event. You know, what do you think about the main event? Who do you favor and why? Also, I want to know who you guys favor in the Mitrione Congo fights and Nelson Krokop fights if you're interested, as well as Hioki Group and anything else. I'll be talking about these fights and breaking this down on Science Bites Radio Show. Yeah, it's back after a 2-week hiatus. I'll put a link in the information bar of the video as always if you can't catch it live. If you can, feel free to call and give your thoughts on this event or any predictions. But if you can't catch it live, you can always catch it on podcast or on demand. Also, link to scienceofviolence.com and my Twitter if you're interested, and check me out on there. That's it for now, though. Probably back next Saturday night to talk about these fights afterwards. But until then, y'all,